Yo guys, let's get right into it. So today we're watching Kryra. He's an NA Challenger jungler. He's been Challenger for at least 3 or 4 years now, and I think he's pretty good at the game, right? So he's probably very likely to be an NACL next split. And this was me coaching him in a combine to see the differences between a super elite jungler and, a good challenger jungler. What makes Oner different from Kryra. So in this clip, he's versing Viego, and we have no wards level 1 to know where the enemy jungler started. So Sejuani is starting top, and he's going to clear his full top side. This is all normal. This is all good. And now here's the first decision we can make in the game. So of these four options, which do you think Sejuani should do and why? Pause the video and take some time. Because Sejuani had no vision, what she should do here is just clear her bot side camps or look for a mid or bot gank. Instead, he walks into the enemy jungle and finds all of the camps dead. So now we obviously know Viego's top side, and this leaves Sedge with another hard decision. Does she go back to farm? Does she try to gank? And she decides to gank mid because Orianna still hasn't crashed her wave. So now we must ask, how should this gank look, and can we safely chase into the river knowing Viego's top side? The gank is a decent look, but I believe once Silas E misses and Sejuani doesn't get her stun, she cannot face check this bush because if Viego was already in the bush, Silas would die in one shot and they would lose the 2v2. Now they end up winning and getting away with it, but I think once Silas E misses and they don't go for the guaranteed one shot with like a Sej Q flash or a Silas guaranteeing either Sejuani Q or Silas E, they should not go for the gank. Now Sejuani is going to recall since she has no camps. This is good. And her next decision is now to go to her 3 bot side camps that are up or to go back to top side. So of the 3 options on your screen, which do you think Sejuani should take and why? She ends up deciding to go back to her bot side camps, which is a mistake because we know that Viego still had his Gromp up after his death mid. And really, our goal in this game should be to secure our topside camps again and then be in a position where we can match Viego, we can kill all of our camps in order, and we can then choose to pressure bot or pressure mid or play for the grubs. But instead, as you'll see, he goes for his blue. And now his pathing is a bit awkward because he can't guarantee that his topside camps will still be up to Viego, as Jax is basing and Viego can already be there. So if we go for this crab especially, we have no way to guarantee the topside camps will still be up. Regardless, after crab, both raptor camps are respawning, so it is definitely good to come in here, place some vision, and contest the raptor camp. This is good. Now, knowing that Viego's Gromp was down, the fact that we don't see him here, we can already assume, and Jax just saw our Krugs are down. So it's safe to assume both junglers are trading raptors right now. The issue with this is that there's no real play for Sejuani to make diving bot lane, for example. So which of these 3 decisions do you think she should make now, knowing that Viego is on her Raptors? Because of the decisions Sej made from base and going to her bot side camps, she is in a bit of an awkward position where her only real choices here are to pull Dragon and or do the Gromp. So I think the Dragon pull is good only if your bot lane crashed this wave. So in my opinion, he needs to be watching this bot wave, and he needs to make sure this Varus and Renata can fully leash the Dragon if he's going to do it, because we still need to be able to contest and check the grubs on time. Now, as we're going to see, this Dragon ended up taking him about 30 seconds plus, which leaves him no time to farm his bot side camps and check the grubs. So as we will see, he ends up skipping his bot side camps to make sure he doesn't give the grubs for free. And the only issue with this is, as a jungler, you never want to put yourself in a position where you are leaving all of your jungle camps up for this amount of time. So although he does get the grubs and he does get the dragon, he has not touched these bot lane camps for now 2 minutes plus, and there's just a lot of XP he's missing out on for essentially no reason. To conclude the first part of this video, it's not that Kryra played bad, it's just a lot of decision making that was made without appropriate prerequisites, such as the mid gank, such as the first pathing. And I think this type of decision making and use of your teammates to get you information is what makes the best junglers in the world super good. And honestly, something that you will struggle to learn if a lot of your experience comes from solo queue, especially NA solo queue. And yeah, anyway, now we're going to watch Oner and look at another Sejuani game where he starts his red buff and compare the two games. The most important thing to pay attention to for the first minute of this clip is just the mini-map. T1 don't actually have any wards level 1. All they can do is infer where Ivern's pathing. And we're going to see Oner, the same as Kryra, just start his 3 topside camps and clear them. We see T1's top laner has push. Mid, pretty even, no push. And bot lane, again, pretty even. Early game. So if you were Sejuani without any vision, what do you think you would do? And what do you think Oner should do? I'll show the screenshot now. Which of these options do you think he should take in this moment? Now, as you can see, Oner is going for an invade without vision. And you might be thinking, well, what makes this play good while I thought Kryra's was bad, right? And the most important thing to think about if you are making an invade like this without any information is you want to invade the same side that you cleared your camps on. So because he invaded topside and cleared his own topside, it is a lot faster for him to come here. And if he found out Ivern wasn't here and there was nothing to steal, he would just simply gank mid and go back to farming. So really, when making higher risk plays, you want to do the ones that are faster. You don't want to be stuck making a decision and wasting too much time. So after blowing Ivern's flash, this is a very obvious play from Sejuani, but clearly Tristana didn't think Camille would be here, and Oner messed up his flash mechanically, right? Okay, I don't care. Good, even good that that happened for the video. Now here is one of the most important parts of decision making. So there are 4 camps available for Oner to take for free, and he needs to decide in which order and what camps to take. So pause the video and think about how you would want to clear here. And as we can see, Oner is going to skip the crab. He's going to do his blue. He's going to do Gromp, and he's going to do his wolves, and then he's going to instantly recall. And the reason you want to skip crab here is not because it's dangerous, but because it is more important as a champion that needs to be ganking and be taking objectives and helping the laners to get your small camps respawning if you've already made aggressive plays. He's already pressured, he's already invaded, and he's already blown flashes. So what is most important to Sejuani is just to get his camps off the map and get a recall off to be able to go back to his top side and go back to ganking. Now, as he's finishing wolves, it's evident both junglers are just going to recall. And the other thing to consider is now it's very obvious for Oner's game. All he has to do is make sure this bot lane wave gets in safely. So he wards Tribush for his team. And now he's obviously just going to go back to his top side. There's really nowhere else for him to go. So, okay. Same buy as the first clip we watched with Kindle Gem Pink Ward. And now we're going to go correctly back to the top side to make sure we can keep pressuring correctly. And Ivern is going to do the same. Both junglers kind of have free time. And worth noting that in the mid jungle 2v2, only Faker still has flash. So T1 bot lane even makes a mistake. This guy has to blow flash. And now junglers are meeting each other at Raptors. Because Oner skipped crab, he is on time for these Raptors. And Ivern doesn't get to take them for free. Because Oner made sure to defend the respawn timing. Now if you just watch those two junglers staring at each other, you might be wondering why Faker didn't flash on the Ivern and one-shot him, right? I was even thinking the same my first time watching this VOD. Now, looking at this screenshot, how do you think Faker should play this? How do you think the 2v2 should play out? And what factors do you think influence the way they decide to play this and make it successful for T1? Here we see Faker intentionally take a losing trade to leverage the Bard's move timing from bot lane. All Faker's job here to guarantee a successful outcome is to entice the Ivern, entice the Tristana, blow up Tristana's W, and if all of these events occur, Bard will automatically make the fight winning for T1. So when taking 2v2s, so often it's best to just hit the guy closest to you and keep matching. So if you're the jungler, you should match the enemy jungler and just hit them and play your own life because you have your support coming. So here, let's watch one more time. I guarantee if this was me, I would have called, yo, Silas, flash on Ivern, we can one-shot him. But all this does is allow Triss to kill Silas and create a 1v1, 1-for-1 extremely likely. But if we just wait for Bard, if we leverage the support move, if we bait them in, we will get this kill on Ivern, we will get to defend our Raptors, we will get to take the grubs. The other important thing to note is that Oner is doing the grubs before the dragon. Now in Season 14, with the way they've buffed grubs, they are always prioritized over the first dragon if you strictly had to choose between the two, due to the ability for laners to swap and keep rotating and keep out macroing you if you have the advantage in grubs relative to dragon. Now just like the first VOD we watched of the challenger jungler, Oner ends up getting both the dragon and the grubs this game. But the important thing to note is that he was on time to defend his camps, he respawned his camps when they mattered, and the timing he used within the game was a lot more efficient and guaranteed. Whereas a lot of the first clip we watched predicated on the mistakes of enemies rather than plays that are recreatable. So again, we see Oner back to Krugs, back to red buff, and now with the condition with Rumble burning ult, it's now a really clear path for him to take this dragon. All of his lanes are pushing except for mid. Everyone's got good tempo, aka good base timings. And now we're going to watch Oner. He can either do wolves or dragon here. Both are perfectly acceptable. And yeah, we're going to see him go to dragon. And he's now going to get both the grubs and the dragon, just like the first clip. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. I'm going to have a link to my Discord for public coaching and my YouTube VODs and Twitch streams. And yeah, thank you all for watching. See you next time.